On the streets of Washington, D.C., these red bikes are suddenly, seemingly everywhere.
I don't have a car. It's been great. It's really convenient.
They're part of a system called Capital BIKESHARE, which has 1,100 bikes at more than 100 bike stations.
We do intend on expanding every year. What the limit is, we don't know exactly right now.
Members can sign up for anywhere from a day to a year. They typically pick up a bike at one location and drop it off at another.
I look forward to it every day, and whenever somebody asks me, they say, hey, should I sign up for this? I say, you definitely should.
Capital BIKESHARE opened last September, replacing a much smaller system that operated for about a year. That made Washington the first American city to provide a government-sponsored bike sharing program. But that list is growing quickly. At least 9 U.S. cities currently have bike sharing. Another 7 cities are about to start programs. Denver started its program last year.
We feel like it's been an amazing success. Last year we had over 100,000 rides.
Minneapolis's Nice Ride, Minnesota just celebrated its 1-year anniversary.
I use it twice a day, once to work and then once back from work. So I use it as a commuting bike.
New York City is planning the largest system, 10,000 bikes at 600 stations.
We get calls almost every day from cities around the country that want to do this. It's not as hard as it looks once you've got the political support and the funding.
It cost Washington just over $6 million to start up Capital BIKESHARE, but the city didn't have to go it alone. Federal highway money paid 80%.
It fits into our whole idea of livable and sustainable communities where you have to have lots of options for people so people can get out of their cars, they can get on a bike.
On a recent morning, Transportation Secretary LAHOOD biked to work with DOT employees. He later blogged that biking can help people avoid high gas prices and cut tailpipe emissions.
We've tried to create the idea that people want to live in communities where they have lots of transportation options, including biking and walking.
Transportation officials say it's not enough just to start a bike sharing program. They say there's a lot of work that needs to be done beforehand. They say there needs to be the right infrastructure, like the city's extensive network of bike lanes.
We have been working on it for almost a decade before we introduced bike sharing.
Bike sharing isn't perfect. There are the challenges of bad weather and traffic, and Washington's Capital BIKESHARE is in some ways too popular.
If you don't get a bike by 8 o'clock, if you're not up by 8 o'clock and out the door, you're not going to find a bike.
D.C. officials say they're listening and expect to add between 30 and 50 new bike stations and hundreds of bikes this year. Matt Friedman, The Associated Press.